What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm super stoked to make this video because compared to the last one, it's a lot more hands-on and fun and more car content. I feel like the last one was just me jabbering on about the car and what's been going on. So we got some cool stuff going on with this one. Troubleshooting the bags on the car, switching the struts over, new bags on them, and figuring out what my problem is. Will the car air up? Will I be able to drive it? Fingers crossed, let's get to it. This is that leave the inside to the outside, smack you in the face with heat and humidity and a whole bunch of hell no type weather. First things first, gonna clean up the garage a little bit from a wrap that I just finished. So there's scraps and stuff everywhere. And then clear some space, put the Lexus in, get ready for the strut swap. Again. Oh yeah, we got a lot to clean up. How crazy is it that you could just clean things up like this? Wow. Wow! Garage is all cleaned up enough to get the car in here. But before I get the car in here, I gotta fill these gas cans because the Lexus ran out of gas when I was trying to calibrate the 3-piece system. Because I haven't filled it up since GAT. And I haven't driven it since GAT. So, yeah, so let's go fill these up. Throw these in here like this. I'm not just exaggerating when I say the Lexus ran out of gas. Like, it bogged out and will not even start when I try and crank it. So, it was on its literal last breath. Does he have the left-handed skills?
What?
All right, we're back with the gas cans and the Lexus. That's 90s technology right there. All right, well, I just tried to pour that and it got super messy because it just comes right out. All right, well, that sucked a little more than expected, but we got it done. So fingers crossed, we are going to probably prime the fuel pump because it has had no gas in here. Half key, get it on, maybe crank it a few times. All right, now let's do it. Hell yeah. You better start moving. I need to figure out what to do with this area. From my old air setup, I had the whole manual set up here. I'll picture it right here. And when I sold that air setup, I just gave the guy the whole piece. So now I gotta make a either block off plate or a plate in a way to mount the controller sideways in here like that. That's hot as hell. I put 5 gallons in. It's not moving. That's how low it was. I wasn't lying when I said I don't drive this car. My cable that's going to the back of the radio for CarPlay is literally still a lightning cable. I got a cable. I just got to pull the radio out and then plug it into the USB that goes to the back of it. Man, I really should have done dual compressor because this is taking forever. That's one thing I will say about this car. I've had it for 4 years. I don't drive it too much, obviously, but man, that AC still blows cold. It doesn't blow that hard, but it still blows cold. You can't really tell, but this is a little burnt out, so it's hard to really see what's going on. Damn, looks a lot better on camera. But that's what it looks like in person, all around. It's just hard to read. I gotta get a new climate control module. Not a big deal. I can find them on eBay. There are no LSs around me in any junkyards within like 100 miles of me. And let's close this. This is gonna be a whole nother video of me trying to tackle how to fix this. All right, that was weird. I just got a voltage low reading for the compressor, even though the car is running and it's a new battery. Look, there we go. Well, there's something else to figure out now. Huh? Well, it's a tight fit, but it is in.
Nice.
I am leaving a little trail of oil, which is obviously not good, but I didn't really let it sit in one spot, so for me to be leaking this much, I definitely need to do the oil pan gasket. Hopefully it's just the lower. If it's the upper, gonna be a pain in the ass. I was messing around with some settings and whatnot. I have the rear flip-flopped at the manifold.
Come on.
So left side was doing passenger side, and then the right side was doing the driver. But that's the least of my worries. That's an easy little fix. Pop it out, flip it around. Not a big deal at all. I'm gonna leave it aired up so I can get the jack under it and put it on the stands when I do the struts in the next few days. So boom, we'll jump to that. All right, so the car is in the air, and this is exactly what I don't understand. Look at that. How? Look at that. And I couldn't even air up properly at 125 pounds without the bag doing. So let's get these wheels off. Let's get the struts out. Take the bag off of them. Put them on the new strut. Put it back in. Hopefully, we're good. So I know I skipped a lot of steps. I will film the other one on how to put the bag on the strut. New strut is in. I just got to put new plumber's tape on the fitting. Put that in. Hook the airline up. Hook the front upper back in. And then go to the other side. But my problem is that I'm scared of, this strut is not blown. It's coming right back up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
All right, so first things first, I'm gonna show you how to take apart the coil in case you never had before. It's super easy. Rev 9 is an 18 mil up top for the top hat. And then you could do the Allen wrench, or if you have an impact, just do that, make it easier. That's it. Top hat bolts off. Shouldn't be any spring pressure. Pop that off. Keep everything in order how it is, because you're going to put it on the same way with the bag. So set that to the side. Pull the spring off. You will not need this dust cover. You will need this washer. Take the washer off. Take the dust cover off. Throw it. Put the washer back on. Very important. That holds the bag. I already put the fitting on the bag, but everything is literally just screw on. The O-rings on these are the replacements that they sent me, the bigger ones. Hopefully they work. The O-rings are built in to this one, so you're literally just gonna slip it over. I lied, I'm jumping steps.
Stop it. Get some help.
Take this off. You do not need this. On the other bags, I kept it on, but these replacement bags that they gave me are different. You just screw it on. If you kept this on this bag, it's going to interfere with the fitting. So get your washer set. Slip the bag right over. Line it up. Start spinning.
A few moments later.
Well, it turns out that I had the rears on the fronts. That long extended tube ended up being for the rears. Shout out to my buddy John, big sexist. His @ will be right here for his Instagram. I asked him if he knew the difference, and he made a point that since the rear strut goes all the way up to the top of the rear seat, you would need a longer strut, in theory. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, bro. All right, we are cranking it out. I got one of the rears already in. That just looks ridiculous how tall that's set. All I do is clip the airline right below where it already was in the fitting before. That's a note you guys got to take. Every time you undo an airline from a fitting, you should clip a little bit off. I know you're going to get shorter and shorter and shorter, but you want that fresh connection with the airline inside the fitting to prevent leaks. Another thing I'm doing is taking the digital caliper and measuring the distance between the bottom of the bag to the collar, just so I can match it on the other side, so I have just, even struts all the way around. Front match the other side of the front, rear is going to match the other side of the rear. Another thing I wanted to add once I said I was going to get under the car and show you around is the SS kit we put on. So we relocated the rear strut a little further in to add more camber so the inner barrel doesn't hit the strut and it drops at an inch, which really doesn't matter because we're on air now. So we are all good. Put that on. I got them the same time I picked up the skirts, actually. So kid was super cool. Didn't catch his Instagram, but if you're seeing this, shout out to you, my man. Appreciate it. All the struts are in, all the airlines are hooked up. Now I just gotta get the tow enough to where I can drive it to wherever I get it aligned up. If you can't tell, it's hot. It's hot in here. But we're almost done. I'm just matching this side to the other side. I swapped out the lines in the rear, so now the left and right of the rear are correct. All right, toe and camber are matched in the rear. All the lugs are tightened down. All the struts are in. All the airlines are in. Let's flip this kill switch over, and let's start it and see if the bags hold air and see if there's any leaks, since I switched to 2 new bags and then switched all the bags to new struts. So hopefully they hold and they don't do that weird front wonky thing. I unplugged my remote wire for my amp right now, just so it doesn't do that low voltage stuff, because obviously I don't need my amp right now. I'm not listening to music, I'm just testing stuff. All right. Pull the tank low. I hear the compressor kicked on. Oh yeah, it's going super fast without that amp on, dude. Since I'm only running 1 compressor, it's gonna take a little bit, so we'll come back when the tank has enough air in it. All right, we're around 100 pounds. Oh my fucking God, why is it doing this again? Well, it looks like I might need a new alternator, so that's cool. All right, well, 100 pounds should be enough to get it to air up and put some air in the bags to test. 110 and 86. All right, something's going on right there, the leak. Well, I found the leak at the manifold. Easy fix. Just wasn't in all the way. All right, so here it is at 110 and 89. So 89 in the rear, can definitely drop that some. And here's 110 in the front, which is plenty of gap to drive. So that means nothing to me right now, because the old bags were good when I had the car jacked up, aired up, and then would set it down with the weight of the car on the bags that are already filled up. So the real test is to air it all the way out, get all the air out of the bags, and then air the car back up with all the weight on the car. So all the bags under load, to see if we are pretty much solved problem-wise. So watch my toes so they don't get smashed. Oh, it's hugged that quarter. It said, get in there. It's probably gonna chew my lip up, but hey, you gotta make clearance. Oh my God, the front is tubbed. Holy hell, I don't think it was like that before. Hell yeah. That looks so good. Oh man, my toe is way off when I air out. Holy hell. Damn, yeah, we gotta get that aligned like ASAP. Here's the real test. Let's air this thing up and see if it's good. All right, we're a little lower than it was, but that's drivable, and it got me where I needed at 107. 107 is an okay pressure to ride at. That's not too bad. And these are beefier bags that I put on the fronts, so that should be plenty, not a problem at all. I'm so happy right now. You have no idea. See, now the compressor's running just fine. It's not stopping to do that low voltage stuff. I have no idea what that could be. Somebody pinpoint me to some troubleshooting out here. Okay, but at ride height, the toe looks good. So that's all that really matters, right? All right, it's the next day. I left the car at 107 in the front and about close to 80 in the rear. So let's take a look, see if it's held. All right, yeah. We got a leak somewhere. Front's lower. It could be lower because the rear completely aired out. I'm pretty sure I know the problem, why that leaked. Let's see the other side. Okay, that held. That dropped a little bit, nothing too crazy. So I think I know the problem of the leak over there. Let me air it back up, get a jack under it, and then we're gonna solve this. I could do the soapy water and bubble test spray, which I probably will, but really the only, like, the best test is to put it down at a certain level, come back, check it in a few hours to make sure it's still at that same PSI that you left it at. All right, I hit it with the soap and water, didn't really bubble, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that needed to be clipped. To put that back in the same hole twice, yeah, it's probably got a slow leak in there. It was holding pretty well, actually, when I had all the air in the bag and the car was on the ground and the car was running. It didn't really move PSI really, but I'm gonna go ahead and clip down to probably here, so get a fresh connection into the fitting. I'll cut about probably that much off. You can see, boom, nice good cut. Invest in one of these if you have air ride and you don't have one of these. It's way better than using a razor blade. It comes with a lot of airline packs, so if you go on Amazon and get your airline off Amazon, you probably would come with one. Put it in there, push, 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 and it should be good. I had it on a clamp from my old setup, but I had 1/4 inch line for my old setup, so it was a lot less thick and easier to bend. So I probably will just keep it off. Honestly, it's not really going anywhere, and before it was like a 90-degree going into that fitting, and that might have been also part of the reason that it had a little leak. Everything at the manifold back here looks good, so I don't think that's where the source of the leak is. So everything checks out pretty well over here, so cool. Also, this side at the same PSI, for whatever reason, is sitting lower by about like a half a knuckle or so. So I'm going to drop the bottom of the strut out, raise it about a half knuckle, and then put it back on, and we should be at the same height on both sides for the rear. I'm not sure why, but my SS kit is it's like drooping slightly, and that's not good, and I'm not sure why that is. So I'm gonna try and figure that out. So after further review, it just looks like that's unfortunately how they are made, and there's no way to fix that. Yes, I understand that they are handmade and they're not going to be 100% perfect or a match. So I just have to unfortunately suck it up. And yeah, I'll just bang the bolt out for the strut, raise the strut up about a half a knuckle, so like that much, I'd say. So call it a half inch. So let's sure hope this doesn't fall on my leg. All right, Burker loose. That much, I'd say. Oh, what the fuck? Come on, man. Yes. All right, guys, Alexis is back on the ground. I don't hear any leaks or anything, but again, I won't know until a couple hours later till I check the controller to see how many PSI it's at. But I'm gonna put that into next week's video, so make sure to keep an eye out for that one. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys more than anything. I hope you guys enjoy watching these videos as much as I enjoy making them. It's a fun process so far. A lot of headaches getting to where we are. We have a lot more to do still. We have 2 weeks until ASM Jersey, so it is full crunch time. I'm gonna get started on the next part of the video and the next part of the car. So keep an eye out for next week, and I will see you there.